Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. Well, here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. And they're brought out by a quarterback celebrating a decade now as an NFL starter. Originally the 135th pick back in that 2016 NFL Draft, it's Dak Prescott.
He didn't get the full chance to build on his MVP runner-up season. An injury ended 2024 after just 8 games. But Dak's got a few more weapons around him. He's got a new head coach, a play caller, and at this stage of his career, he's got to make the most of it.
And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
When you script that first 15, Kate, and that first play is a run play, you can't do it better than that.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. They go with Williams on the counter. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Dak now from the gun. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. He felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Prescott now on 3rd down. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away. So he goes down. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Cowboys butting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Engeron now. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. Takes this in at the 25. That'll be the 1st and more. Now he's past the 25. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. They have him back there because of what he can do with even the smallest sliver of daylight. And for my money, Brock, there aren't many plays more exciting than seeing a punt return for a touchdown.
You know, it kind of reminds me of the playground back in the day, right? You play tag, and you just can't get to that guy. He's just making you miss. Whether it is, I don't know, Devin Hester, Dante Hall, the human joystick, or Cordero Patterson, those elite guys, you just can't bring them down.
Point after it added on by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, Brock, you always tell me they're special for a reason. Quite the boost from their special teams on that score as they kick it away. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. Back out come the Cowboys for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. New set of downs for him from the 31. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. Short gain in the end to about the 36-yard line. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
They send the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. Continuing to move past the 45. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They gain 11 on that play, and that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Putting a receiver in motion. The give here to the motion man. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down. Putting the tight end in motion. Williams now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Really 2 elements needed to hit big on this play, Kate. Number 1, you got to sell it. Right, you really got to sell and get that defense moving, and then secondly, you got to execute. You got to get a body on a body so that running back can get loose.
First down, here's Dak. Has it at the 7. And it's going to be brought down as he sets his offense up with a 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and goal, they're hoping for an opening drive touchdown. A handoff for Williams. Hit behind the line. That ball's loose. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal. Ooh, let's give him a second there. Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately,
and he's in for the touchdown. The Cowboys cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Extra point sent in through the lane. And the Cowboys tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by the newly minted Super Bowl champion. Now in his 6th season, Jalen Hurts.
He just missed that Super Bowl a couple years ago, but Hurts and those Eagles, they got it last year, Kate. And remember, he was the MVP in that win, and kind of like he was all season. He's just a stabilizing force. He makes people around him better, and he's a Super Bowl champ to boot.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're staring at a 4th down now after that sack.
Great, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroy that play, they destroy drives. Well done, defense.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. Slow snap, but he's able to get this one away. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Cowboys about set to take over. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I'd expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. Dump off caught by his back. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Sent back to their own side of the field on that last play. Some ground to make up here on 2nd. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That's incomplete left side. This one misses the tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at 3rd and extra long. And that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
This kick is away, but it is short and straight up into the air. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. The Eagles about set to get going for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
They go play fake with Hurts. Looking right, and he finds it. And he's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They start out with a 3rd and 6. They'll throw, 3rd and long. This one's caught. Smith has it. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First down, around with Barkley. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he cuts it back right. It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles take a 2nd quarter lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown!
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards. But the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. This makes it up to the 25. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. It's 16 yards on that play. And that'll be good for Dallas, 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops. He picked up close to 4. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. He'll scrape together a few yards, but not much. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Get that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
3rd and just 2 to go. They stay on the ground with Williams. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. 12 yards on that play and a good call, nets him the 1st.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Throwing on first is Prescott. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Looking from the pistol, Prescott. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack draws him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
And they need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. Prescott here from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. The rookie out of Alabama there on the tackle.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
They're in long for him here. Screen here for Williams. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. When I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field. Not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
For the Cowboys field goal. A 37-yard
Aubrey puts it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
They've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Barkley. Up the sideline, past the 40. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
1st down, and they go right back to it. They'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. They go to Barkley again. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. So 3rd down and about a yard ahead as we've reached our 2-minute warning. The Eagles with the lead here at the Link. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Braden Mann out once more for another punt. Cavante Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. Ooh, snap came in slow, but he got it away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Could lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Now Dak to throw. Finds the in route complete. Able to take this to about the 35. That's a gain of 5 on the play. The Cowboys signaling for their 1st time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll go with another punt, which brings Brian Anger back to the field. Smith back to receive it. Looking to return from the 29. He's got it. That's going to be a 1st and more. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The Eagles taking over now late in the 1st half. They still have access to a pair of timeouts, a little time left as well, so points very much in play here. in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's running with it. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that first down. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Taking off with it again. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that first down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go.
Here's Smith on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So to begin the 3rd quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Hurts. Completed over the middle. Short pickup to their own 31. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinton Williams.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Going to go with Barkley on the counter. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Simply nowhere to go on that counter play, Kate. Backside defenders took away one side, and they overwhelmed the blocking right in the middle.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. To the air on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Hurts on 1st down. He takes it himself. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Kate, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Offense with an enviable spot to be in. 2nd and inches. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Cowboys closing in, and they get to him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I can speak from personal experience on this one. That is the absolute worst nightmare as a quarterback. When you call that bootleg and you turn around and all you see is nothing but a big old defensive end, yeah, your interest switch from getting rid of the ball to a little self-preservation. Good job just simply hanging onto the football.
Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Finds Barkley underneath. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps these drive moving.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas. Angle route. 49ers of the 80s. They were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. They're on him behind the line, and the give to the receiver doesn't work.
You see that sweep blown up before it gets to the outside, you know defensively, tremendous anticipation. But even more, better execution.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And the gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
It's been an 8-play drive, and on play number 9, now 9 is what they need on 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. He's caught. He's got Brown. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30. You're right at the 31. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage, to make that in cut and make the catch.
One of the tight ends motions right. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Throwing here, Hurts. It's a screen to Barkley. He finds space into the red zone. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. Getting 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Working inside the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's 2nd down. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
He's going to keep it this time. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. We got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal. Barkley goes up and over for the touchdown. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. First down, here's Dak. That's caught by Williams. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Go with Williams on the counter. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring a 3rd down.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
The Eagles into the nickel, 3rd down coming. Dak now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Williams fields the pitch. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Play action now for Prescott. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these, really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's making a bid for it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. So we're through 3 here. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. See how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. for a couple. It's second down.
Taking down at the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Prescott takes off with it, and he gives himself up after a short gain. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Prescott now on 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of the football when they got a first down right in their midst. That force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Desperation time here. He's caught. He's got Lamb. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Williams now on 1st and 10. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. They'll air it out on 3rd. That's cut for the 1st. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing, getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
They'll give it to Williams on the option. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. The tight end going in motion right. Another run for Williams. Good running there to get around 6, but now they've got 3rd down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Second first down grab, it's still going. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys now within 1 score in the 4th. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Prescott has his offense ready. They're going for 2.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They want to run it across. And he's into the end zone, so the 2-point try pays off. They cut the deficit to just a field goal here in the 4th. Critical two-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A three-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Here's Smith on the return. Making some progress here. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. First down now, ball at the 33. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Barkley trying this up the gut. And they are going to have to face a third down here, but only need a yard at most as this play picks up 7.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. It's a sneak. Hurts. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
First down, a run with Barkley. Shoots away from one. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Here's another carry for Barkley. No one's around him, he's got space. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles make it a 9-point advantage. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on the stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one. The last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop. Because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point set in through the rain. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game.
Jake Elliott's
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be at sky high right now.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First and 10, Prescott. Drops this one down here for Williams. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They gain 11 on that play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's first down. Straight ahead with Williams. He'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Completed to his running back. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Lamb brings it in yet again. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First and 10, got to score immediately here. Only 1 timeout left, and that clock winding down. Going left side, Williams with it. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Prescott here from the gun. Forced out to his right. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
They're down at 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Here he is to throw. Oh, he's going to run for it. And this one doesn't go far.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you can take a whole bunch of pride in not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
They've got to go for it in this spot, Brock. This is 4th down. Looking to throw it. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, says you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Design keeper here for Hurts. So beneath the chorus of fly, Eagles fly. It's a win for the Eagles. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewer, I'm Kate Scott. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.